Cowboys fans, there are moments in an offseason that don't come with press conferences, breaking news banners, or dramatic sound bites, but they tell you far more about a franchise than any splashy move ever could. These are the moments where direction is chosen, where philosophy is revealed. And right now, as the Dallas Cowboys stare ahead at the 2026 NFL Draft, this is one of those defining moments. Because this conversation isn't really about April. It's not about mock drafts, prospect rankings, or highlight clips. It's about who this team believes it is, and whether it's finally willing to confront the uncomfortable gap between reputation and reality. I'm Carlos Eduardo, and today I want to talk directly to Cowboys fans about why this draft, and the strategy behind it, could quietly determine the next chapter of this franchise. Let's start with something that needs to be said clearly, without emotion clouding it. Last season was not a fluke. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't just injuries. The numbers paint a very clear picture, and they're impossible to ignore. The Cowboys finished near the bottom of the NFL in total defense, allowing 377 yards per game. That alone should set off alarms in any building that considers itself a contender. But then you dig deeper. 60 total touchdowns allowed. Worst in the league. Passing defense ranked dead last, 32nd overall. More than 250 passing yards allowed per game. 35 passing touchdowns surrendered. And very few takeaways to flip momentum or steal possessions. From my perspective, that's not a temporary issue. That's a systemic breakdown. When a defense collapses at that level, it's not about one player. It's not about one coordinator. It's about structure, balance, and priorities. And that's why this offseason feels different. There's less noise, but more intent. The Cowboys enter the 2026 NFL Draft holding the 12th and 20th overall picks. 2 first-round selections. 2 premium chances to reshape this roster. Opportunities like that don't come often, and how you use them tells the truth about your vision. One of the most informed and respected evaluators tied to this organization is Brian Broaddus. He's not chasing clicks. He's not speaking in generalities. He's talking about board value, positional depth, and real-world decision-making. And the strategy he outlined deserves serious attention. Cornerback early. Stretch the board. Then come back later in the first round and attack the edge position, where value may actually be stronger and risk lower. In my opinion, that approach shows growth. Because for years, the Cowboys have leaned heavily on the idea that pass rush alone could cover up everything else. And yes, pass rush is critical. Micah Parsons is one of the most impactful defenders in football. He demands double teams. He changes protections. He creates chaos. But here's the reality Cowboys fans know too well. If quarterbacks can get the ball out immediately, pressure becomes a suggestion, not a threat. That's what defined last season. Quick reads. Short throws. Easy completions. Third and longs that didn't feel long at all. Watching opposing offenses march down the field with confidence inside AT&T Stadium felt wrong, because it was wrong. What I see on this roster is imbalance. Elite talent up front. Vulnerability on the back end. And in today's NFL, that combination gets exposed fast. Especially in a conference where timing, spacing, and precision passing define success. Drafting a corner at 12 might not excite casual fans. It won't dominate social media the way an offensive weapon would. But it changes the DNA of the defense. It allows coverage schemes to be more aggressive. It gives pass rushers an extra half second, which at this level is everything. It forces quarterbacks to hold the ball, hesitate, and think. Then you get to pick 20, and that's where discipline matters. That's where you avoid reaching out of desperation. That's where you find edge players with real value, real upside, and the ability to contribute early while developing long-term. If I'm being honest with Cowboys fans, this franchise has paid the price before for chasing need instead of value. Those mistakes don't always show up immediately, but they surface when injuries hit, when depth gets tested, and when playoff margins tighten. This is where history matters. America's team wasn't built on shortcuts. Tom Landry built a dynasty on discipline, preparation, and structure. Roger Staubach thrived because the system around him was sound. Emmitt Smith ran behind physical, reliable lines. Troy Aikman trusted timing and protection. Michael Irvin trusted precision and toughness. That era wasn't about flash. It was about balance. About knowing who you were and playing to it every single week. AT&T Stadium, Jerry World, however you choose to name it, is supposed to feel imposing. It's supposed to feel like a place where opponents know mistakes will be punished. When visiting quarterbacks walk in comfortable, confident, and efficient, something fundamental is missing. The NFC East doesn't give you time to figure it out. Philadelphia reloads relentlessly. New York experiments aggressively. Washington takes swings. And Dallas can't afford to stand still while the division keeps evolving. This draft isn't about winning headlines in April. It's about restoring credibility in December and relevance in January. In my opinion, a corner-first draft strategy signals maturity. It signals that the Cowboys understand how modern football is played. That coverage and pass rush must work together, not independently. Now, let's be clear. Drafts are unpredictable. Boards change. Players rise. Injuries matter. Availability decides everything. There are no guarantees. But there's reason to believe this front office understands the urgency now. 2 first-round picks are leverage. Use them wisely, and you can reshape an entire unit. Waste them, and you extend the cycle of frustration. Pair smart defensive drafting with an offensive core that already exists, leadership at quarterback, elite production at receiver, a defensive star who commands attention, and suddenly the window doesn't feel closed. It feels recalibrated. This is Dallas football. This is expectation. This is pressure. And to Cowboys fans watching all of this unfold, here's the truth. Hope doesn't come from slogans. It doesn't come from nostalgia. It comes from alignment. From decisions that match reality instead of reputation. The 2026 NFL Draft won't fix everything overnight. But it can fix the most important thing this team has lost. Its identity. And if the Cowboys finally get that right, everything else has a chance to follow.